Hey everybody, it's Vince from Spradley Kia here in Pueblo, Colorado, and today I do have a treat for you. I have the brand new 2023 X Line Kia Sportage with ebony black exterior and the sage green interior. Really a beautiful interior. I didn't think I would like it, but I am a fan. I have been kind of MIA for a while, literally just too busy to do videos. We're selling cars as soon as we're getting them in, and this is the first chance I've gotten to where a car has sat on the lot for more than 48 hours. And so here we go. Again, this is the ebony black in the sage green interior. I love what Kia is doing with the 2023 Sportages. I knew a year ago when they were announced that they were going to be a big seller, a big hit. People are going to be wanting to trade in their older models for their lease buyouts. I knew they would be a hit, and the second we've gotten these guys in, they have been flying off the lot very, very quickly. So I'm glad I was right with that. I really do love this LED front daytime running light and headlights you have right there. I love the boomerang shape. I love the tiger nose grille, the 2022 badging on there, or I'm sorry, 2023 badging on there, which is the new script style, and I love the 19-inch alloy wheels. This model here is the X Line. Like I was saying, it has a 2.5 GDI engine with the 4 cylinders. Very powerful, very fast, very smooth. You really just can't go wrong with that combination. Taking a look from the sides. One thing I want to point out is Kia's pop-out gas cap, I should say. So if the car is locked, this does not open. If the car is unlocked, then that guy opens. So it's you've been doing it for a couple of years now, but you'd be surprised how many people I've had be like, "Hey, my salesman didn't show me this. I couldn't find the gas button." But there it is. Super easy. If it's locked, it does not open. If it is unlocked, it opens. Coming around towards the back, you have the back view. I love how they've gone to this little teeny badging down here to where it's very minimalistic. It does say X Line on there, but I mean, it does really show off the big haunch that this thing has. This car looks wider than its previous predecessors, but it does have that kind of more aggressive stance, which I am actually a big fan of. So this one here does have the automatic liftgate, which is pretty cool. I do like how the storage in these things are just a little bit bigger. This car sits a little bit longer than its predecessors, which to me is a plus. It really differentiates itself from the Kia Seltos, which is kind of the one step down from the Sportage. This model here has the sunshade, which you can adjust. Protect your valuables, making sure people don't take a look of what's going on back there, when you have it parked. Big fan of sunshades. These little handles right here do drop your second row, so they do go down what I call near flat, but in this vehicle it goes down pretty flat. It kind of pops down a little lower than that, but that's why I call it near flat. Underneath, you have your spare tire. You have, we do wheel locks here at our dealership, and then this model here came with the little cargo net, which is kind of cool. Not bad there. So coming around to the, let's close it. I love this. Automatic lift gate. You can open it from the key fob. You can close it from the back there. Super cool. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock the car. One of my favorite features on any newer Kia is the button on the door. If you press it twice, it unlocks all 4 doors. Press it once, it'll lock them. Press it again. Oops. There we go. But I want to come to the back. So you do have the lever down there to raise this seat. You also have right here, if you could see it, the little seatbelt hook. That way it does not get in the way. Just make sure that's down there. Now, again, here's, oh look, a penny. Haha. Heads down, not too good, but I was gonna throw it. Let somebody else find it. I don't need a penny. But so, let's see if I can get a better view of this sage green interior. So coming into the vehicle, very nice, comfortable seats. Big fan of the seats. In this trim level, we do have the hooks on the back of the seats. That way, if you have bags or purses, you can crisscross. Driver can put her purse here and then easily reach in. It's accessible. Really like that feature. You also have the USB ports in the seats, which I love that Kia is doing that. So I have it in my EV6. It's here in the Sportages, it's in the Sorrentos, it's in the Tellurides. I mean, I really like how they're going with those USB-C ports in there. So it's a little dark in here because we have no power on in the vehicle, and it's just the solar glass on these Kias now just make them a little bit darker than they used to be in years past. But here is the sage green. It's almost like a gray. Not too aggressive, not too, I mean, it doesn't look horrible. It's almost like a gray. Didn't know if I'd be a fan of it or not. What I am a fan is of these door handles. Take a look at that. So you do have these really cool designed door handles here, and then you have kind of that faux wood design, that wood trim, which is I'm a big fan of. I really do like that a lot. You have child anchor locks in the seats, so if you see those guys down there, right there and there, you so you can hook your child safety seat in there, and then you have the child anchor lock hook that hooks around in the back. You do have cup holders in the middle, in the armrest. Now, I feel a little stiff in this seat right now, and the reason being is because it is pulled kind of all the way up. This thing does recline, which is really cool. So you can recline a good amount, definitely more so than you could in the predecessor of this car. But let me get out real quick. That way you can see what I'm talking about. So you definitely have some recline in there. Perfect for taller people that want to sleep, or just perfect for taller people in general, to be honest. And even that second seat over there, it's actually too upright for my taste. So I do prefer at what I call a slider recline. You do have the hooks now in the back of the seats, which are really cool. So if you're gonna hang a garment, you can have a little hook there, and that's kind of cool. And then you do have your handrails up there. Big panoramic sunroof. When I turn the car on, I'll show you guys that more in a second, and then I'll show you just kind of what the cabin looks like. So I really do love this new curved display that Kia's got going on here. I'm a huge fan of it. It is 13.3 inches, or is it 12.2 inches? I'm gonna need a fact check on that one, but it's definitely two displays. It's not one gigantic display, it is two displays. And when you're sitting in the driver's seat, the steering wheel right here augments the brake right there. That way it looks like it is just two big displays. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the car on. I'm gonna go ahead and push my seat back, that way I can get maybe a better angle here. Automatic seats, which is really cool for the driver in this model. Again, it's the X Line. Now, one thing I do not like, and I had a customer even tell me, Vince, I mean, what's going on here, is that you have your power gauge right here telling you your RPMs, and you have your miles per hour over there. It's flipped, and it seems like it wouldn't bug you, but it bugs you. Like, I don't like that in the Sportage. Not a fan. Even worse, and I know this is not in this car, but in my EV6, you have these options flipped. So your radio controls are over here, and these cruise control controls are over here. And my wife also drives a Kia, so if I'm ever in her car compared to my car, these controls are flipped. It's confusing, but I do not like how that is there, and for the life of me, I can't figure out how to change it. So let's just start on this screen. So this screen is your infotainment screen for your driver. So it tells you all the information you'll need, like your miles till empty right up there. It has your average trip gallons right there. And then this little button here, this 2 pages, it's a toggle switch. So you can toggle left to right and get different items. So like this one, oops, that's the one we were on. This one's your compass, not too exciting there. Go one over. This will tell you where your power distribution is for your wheels, and then also your tire pressure. Click it one more time. You do have your lane keep assist, and then you have your driver attention alert, and then back to lane keep assist. Arguably the most useful one is going to be this guy right here. I would recommend keeping it here personally, but everybody's different. You do have your fuel till empty on your left hand side. Tells you which side of the car that your fuel cap is on. And then on the right hand side you do have your thermostat, your engine heating. So nothing too exciting there. What I do like is I'm a big fan of auto hold. Auto hold is this button right here. I was going to get to that in a second, but since we're talking about that center cluster, when you're in drive and you push down on the brake and press auto hold, you'll see it pop up right there in green. That'll keep the car parked while you're in drive. So I hate to say it, but I spend a lot of time at, eating fast food, so I have a lot of experience in a drive-through. I also pick up my kid from practice, and so whenever I don't want to be in park, but I want to take my feet off the pedals, because as you can see down there, my feet is not on the pedals, I am in a park situation. And then when you just want to go, all you do is hit the accelerator, and then you go. So I like that. I like auto hold a lot. Once you are in one cycle, one revolution of the car being on, if you just put your foot back on the brake, it'll throw you back into auto hold like I just did. The little arrow with the A next to it, that is auto off. That button is going to be on this model right there where the electric parking brake used to be. Sorry, I just got a little disoriented there. So when it's amber, that means the feature is on. Auto off is a little backwards, because when it is on, that means it's actually off because it defaults to on. So that's the feature to where if you are at a red light and you feel the engine kind of shut down, it's there to preserve your gas mileage. It's to help you get better gas mileage. It's a very polarizing feature. Many people hate it, many people like it. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't mind it. It's not going to ruin my day, but I do, if I remember, turn that off in cars that have that. So, and then you have your little speed limit sign down there too, so it'll tell you your speed limit. Oops, let's focus that a little bit, shall we? There we go. So going kind of left to right here, I did kind of get ahead of myself by jumping into the center cluster, but you got your standard latches here. You got lock, unlock, you got your mirror controls, you have your one-touch window, and then you have your window locks. A lot of people are like, well, I see on the window sticker it's got one-touch windows. What is that? So it's literally, you just press it once and it comes down. You don't have to hold it down. Press it once again, come back up, comes back up. Common question, it's just a little wordy. Here you have your illumination button right there. That'll illuminate your center screen and your infotainment screen, so you can change your illumination how bright you want it. I actually like it pretty bright. Pop the trunk right there, your traction control, and your electronic parking brake right there. Now, I love these newer Kias because they have the automatic light switch, so I just like to set my lights to auto, and then your lights will turn on and off as the sun goes up and down. Insanely useful feature. I haven't touched my lights in years just because of that feature. Coming down here to the steering wheel. So, steering wheel on this side, you have your voice assistant, so that's to activate your digital assistant if you have Siri or Bixby or whatever you're using. You have your modes. So mode, if you press it, I believe it's going to show up on this screen. Now that's taking me through sounds of nature, radio, AM, FM. I'm going to turn the volume down just because I don't want to get a licensing flash. Then you can change your volume here, you can change your tuner here, you can answer a call, and this button. People ask me, Vince, where's the decline a call? What? Now all I have is this little star button for favorites, which is true. You press the little star button for favorites, you're going to get this screen pop up, and then you can make that button whatever you kind of want. So if you want it to reject a call, which personally I do because it's just secondhand nature, but you can change it to hands-free device if you're, use a lot of speakerphone, activate voice memos, recalculate routes if you do a lot of maps, or you can just make it none to where it doesn't do anything. And then you also have the custom star button down there, which I'll get to more in a second. But you can also manipulate that button to make it, have different functions. So that's how you make that button your end call button. Going over here to your right hand side, we already talked about the 2 pages. You have your cruise control button here, and then you have lane follow assist. Now lane follow assist is a feature. I'm going to press it. See the little steering wheel right there on the left hand side next to lane keep assist. That little guy right there is going to use the information from this box right up here to keep you in your lanes. Now it works especially if you're on like a 2-lane road and it can only sense one side of the lane, but it will gently move you into the lanes and keep you in the lane by focusing on not only the car in front of you, which it does do that, but also on the lines in the road, either on one side or the other, or if both lines are available, both. But it takes information from a couple of different sources to keep you in that lane. Okay, let's go here. So when you first start the car, you're going to probably get a screen like this. It's your infotainment screen. It's going to show your radio information down there. It's going to have a light overlay of your map right there. And then when you set themes, because you could set themes or guests in this car, drivers, it'll have your name there if you set it up that way. But this is a touch screen, so just swipe it to your left. You have map, pretty self-explanatory. You can do it by voice, or you can just type it in, enter in your POIs, point of interest. I strongly recommend, if you're using the Kia maps, to enter in your most common stuff, especially if you travel a lot. Especially your home address, it's just easier that way. Little house takes you home, so press a little house button. You have your navigation, you have your phone, so you can connect this thing with Bluetooth or with Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. I'm actually still in drive with auto hold, so I'm going to move this back to park. So now if I hit phone, it should say please.
Turn Bluetooth on from your device in order to search.
There you go. So you have your Bluetooth. Phone projection again is Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. You do need a USB cable to use Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, and then you would plug it into this USB slot right there. Voice memos, climate, valet mode, quiet mode. Quiet mode's kind of cool. When quiet mode is selected, all radio and media is played in the front speakers, and the volume will decrease to level 25 if it's above 25. So if you have people sleeping in the back, that kind of thing, then you actually have that information available to you, so you can let them sleep back there. You can go right to your radio, your media on your devices, Kia Connect, which I strongly recommend. It does come free for the first year. It's got your roadside assistance that you can just click a button and it'll call roadside actually for you. If I have my iPhone, so this connects very well with my iPhone, my calendar, my weather. It pulls from my iPhone, which I like a lot. And then Kia Connect settings, so when your salesperson delivers the car to you, they will come in here and they will activate Kia Connect for you. They should be doing that for many reasons. As a salesperson, we get paid on that, so that's actually nice, but it's insanely useful. Like I said, it's free for the first year. You should have a salesperson that walks through this with you, because you could use your app to unlock doors, do climate control, depending upon what model and trim level you have. I mean, the app is very useful. But I always like to come in here and make sure 911 is connect. My 911 connecting will give you, if you're ever in an accident and the airbags deploy, it'll call 911 for you, which is really cool. And in some cases, not all cases, it would even give first responders your location, which is pretty cool. If you ever want to change the time, just click it, and then that'll take you into your time settings. So if it's just a touch away, little arrow takes you back, little house takes you home. So strongly recommend Kia Connect. It is free for the first year. Okay, so let's talk about this cool new display down here, which I personally am a huge fan of. I have it in my new vehicle. So it is kind of like Star Trek. So these little buttons do different things depending upon how you have it, and it's one kind of touch piece of touchscreen. So this little fan here, if I touch it, it's going to take me to my climate controls. This little arrow right here will take me to my maps and radio and audio controls, but you still have some minor climate right here, which in all honesty, sometimes when I'm changing the volume, I've accidentally hit auto climate with my finger, but I'm getting better at it. Now, here's something you may not see in other videos, or your own salesperson may not tell you, but more than likely you're going to prefer one of these two settings over the other one. So either you're going to be more of a radio person, or you're going to be more of a climate person. Personally, I am a radio person because when I play my music, I usually put my hand right here and I'll just touch the track button to skip songs. That's just me. So how do you default it? So let's, again, one of these two buttons right here, if you press and hold, you're going to get this. If you want your infotainment or your climate to take precedent. I want infotainment. So the reason being is, let's say I'm going to change my climate. It's way too cold in here, or I want to change my blower speed. Changing my blower speed, I leave it there, wait a couple of seconds, and boom, it goes right back to your radio track, which works for me because in my vehicle, I can just literally just put my hand right here and just click it with my thumb. Again, the reason I do that is because in my vehicle, these two guys are switched, and my little brain doesn't comprehend that the radio tracks are on this side now, and I end up jacking it up. So it actually works pretty well with me just doing this. So far, I am good. So I'm going to turn this air conditioner down just a couple notches there. Wait a little bit, a couple of seconds, and boom, it changes right back. Love it. Pretty cool. I just like that we're getting, to the point to where it's very Star Trek-y. I'm a fan. Down here you have your wireless phone charger, you have your 12 volts, you have your USB-C chargers, you have your heated seats, and you have your steering column, your shifting column there, and then down here you have your drive modes in this little knob. So if you turn that, you're gonna see right here, you go to Smart, Snow, Sport, and Normal, and then if you want to lock your rear wheels, you press that down and you can activate your rear wheel lock differential. Downward hill assist, auto hold, we already talked about. Camera, press that little button there and then you're gonna get your camera. You got a nice camera here with guidance, which I'm a huge fan of, and then you can even click this button here and change it to like a tow view. This vehicle can tow, so it definitely has some towing capability as well. What else down here? Oh, and then your auto off button, which again we kind of talked about. Forward parking sensors, so if it's anytime it's amber, it's it's on. So that should always be on because that just makes your forward parking sensors, work. Your cool little cup holders here, you press these little buttons and then these little guys will pop out. That way you can have, some room there, which I am a fan of. And cubby, so you have your nice big central cubby there. Not too shabby in the sage green. You go ahead and click this guy here, and then you have your big beautiful panoramic sunroof, which I am a fan of. I love it. Now it takes a little bit of practice, but you can touch this a certain way and then it can come back, close the glass, the partition came. See, I touched it wrong. It could take some practice. If you lightly touch it, just the partition goes back and not the glass. And then if you want an angle for some air, you just press it like that, which is just a light press. I got that one on the first try. That's rare for me. I've been doing this for 4 years and that still is a mystery. You have your cool little inside lights here, which activate just with a touch of a button. I had a customer really happy that she could just swipe it like a caress, and it worked for her. And so I've been calling it your caressing lights. I don't know. Customers are weird sometimes. People are weird. And then you have your interior lighting options there. You have dual vanities, if I'm not mistaken, in this trim level, which you do. So you have your dual vanities and you have your little vanity light right there. And then you have, here's the other one for the dual. Same thing. Pretty cool. Well, that is about it for the sage green with the black exterior. I really do like these designs of these new vents. I am just a fan all around. I really am. I really knew that they were going to knock this out of the park, and they did. Get out one more time. So if you do like what you see, oh, keys in my pocket, I'm walking away, it's beeping at me. That's just to make sure that you know that your car is still on. If you can see that headlight right there, those daytime running lamps, again, huge fan. Cannot say I like those more, because I really do. But again, if you like what you see, thank you for watching and making it this far. Like and subscribe. Just sorry I haven't been posting a lot lately. It reflects in my viewership. My viewership is down because of it, but it's just, man, just been busy and just been selling these things before I can get a video, to be honest. But oh, didn't even talk about the roof racks. Jeez, look how aggressive these are in the X Line. So really do like that. This is the all-wheel drive model. I don't think I mentioned that before, but you do have those aggressive roof racks now, and then you have the LED interior lighting, which I did not talk about either. But again, I'm gonna close this one more time with like and subscribe if you do like it. If you're not a subscriber, I definitely do appreciate it. Still trying to hit my 1,000 mark. I'm actually overdue just because I took 2 months off. But thanks guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys down at the dealership.